two identical rooms, one with a home fire sprinkler system and one without. This demonstration shows the life-saving difference a residential sprinkler can make. What you're going to notice today is that fire spreads fast. It doubles in size every 30 seconds. In just a few minutes, a small flame will become a deadly out-of-control fire. But with a properly installed and maintained sprinkler system, a fire can be controlled or even extinguished before the fire department arrives. What you're going to notice also is how hot it gets, how much smoke there is, the damage, and most importantly, survivability in a sprinklered room. This isn't just a fire safety lesson, it's about protecting lives, property, and our community. Before we begin, I want to thank a few groups that made this possible. The Home Fire Sprinkler Coalition, the Riverview Innovation Center for letting us use their parking lot, Albany Fire Protection Inc. for hooking up our sprinkler, the dedicated members of the Menands Fire Department, and the public that showed up today. Your support tonight and every day and your involvement helps keep our community safe. So with that, please watch closely. If you have any questions, we'll feel free to answer them after. And if at any point you get too hot or if it gets too smoky, just say something and we'll try to accommodate you guys as best we can. We had a small technical difficulty with one of our garden hoses, but as you could see, it did extinguish the fire that was in there. Not normally, no, but for this demonstration, a garden hose is a lot cheaper than having one fire plug and get out. So, if you guys notice just how quickly it goes from bad to worse. That's ultimately what we're trying to show today. It's just how quickly fire multiplies and spreads. Obviously, we saw before the issue that we had, the sprinkler system did knock that fire down to a much more manageable and contained area of fire and survivability compared to the right-hand side that had no sprinkler system in it. Ultimately, now what we're going to do is go in and clean up any of the hot spots. Does anybody have any sort of questions? You can give up. So, we're just showing the importance of sprinkler systems and smoke detectors. The robot over there, that is a 30% FDNY in California, our purchasing in LA fire. Commercial businesses, instead of sending people in, you send the tank in with their nozzle and hose and yeah. It's like a giant nozzle. Yeah. In an uncontrolled environment?
Yeah.
No, the point of a sprinkler is to work in an uncontrolled environment as well. Whether it's an apartment, an office, school, the mall, anything like that. Yes or no? Because it was studied water, so it wouldn't be too hot, so that's probably why it fell back. Would you mind if that is going to be quiet? If you want batteries, if you want batteries, yes, we will. Yeah, not like the next setting. Here, the ones that people are looking at. Yeah, we're just charging.
Wow! Look at the plane!
Yes.
Whoa! Look at that! Like, so you're gonna see the whole sample. And also, it's gonna be oh, you see it? Get the answer? Get the answer?